Welcome back, you guys, and before the 2019 NBA season started, Magic Johnson said that he built this Lakers team for the playoffs and seeing how Houston and Boston had their success. Which in theory makes some sense, but from what we know of the roster now, you see why the Lakers have a record below 500, a team that was apparently built for the playoffs might not get in. Let's regrade every Lakers move after they got LeBron. Let's talk about which ones went very wrong, which ones went okay, and stick around to the end to talk about who the source of the Lakers' problems are. Okay, so I still maintain that signing LeBron was great at the time and great now because I don't think he's as washed as everyone says he is. No matter what your current situation was back in July 2018, if you had space, you definitely would try to get LeBron, and if you sign the correct players after, you can maximize what's left of his prime. You probably can't build an elite top 5 defense around him at this stage in his career, but if a star is traded to LA or signs there, I think you'll see more effort and jolt on offense when his groin is at 100%. I'm not going to make the same mistake I did when Manu Ginobili looked like a fossil in Game 6 and Game 7 of the 2013 Finals, then he comes back next postseason and absolutely tears it up. Obviously completely different situations and roles for their team, but I'm not going to make the same mistake as I did last time. I think LeBron will be okay. I have to see more evidence before I agree with everyone else. So there was a move the Lakers made over the summer before they signed LeBron. You might not remember it, but they waived Thomas Bryant, who is doing pretty well for the Washington Wizards right now. He's a 6'11" center that plays with a lot of energy, had a game where he made 14 out of 14 shots, and occasionally can step out to the three-point line. Now obviously he has flaws, but he'd be a nice effort guy off the bench for this Lakers team right now. My thought process when they waived him was that the Lakers were going to re-sign Randle, and Bryant would just have no minutes. But seeing how the Lakers front court looks now, waiving him makes little sense. I give it a B from over the summer, and in the present a C-. Once the Lakers started making signings after they got LeBron, Julius Randle asked the Lakers to renounce his rights and allow him to become an unrestricted free agent. He signed with the Pelicans and they lost him for nothing, which is aging worse and worse each day. At the time, I understand why they let Julius go, because there was beef with his agent and the front office. Plus, when you have LeBron, Rondo, Ingram, and Lonzo dominating the ball, he's going to lose possessions on offense. He's not a stretch big either, so I assumed the Lakers were going to bring back Brook Lopez, but they didn't, so losing Randle and seeing their front court now, this is bad. Like Stephen A said, this is very, very bad. I'll give it a C- over the summer and an F now. On July 8th, the Lakers lost Brook Lopez to the Bucks, who went there on a 1-year, $3.1 million contract. Brook Lopez is tied for 12th in three-pointers made this year and has been a reason why the Bucks offense is so dominant. My thing with Lopez is, does Luke Walton have a system in place where Brook gets to launch threes like he does in Milwaukee? Not to mention, Brook is on a team where the superstar plays elite defense every single game and is guarding the back line. Now imagine him next to Kuzma and LeBron, who have gotten cooked or play lazy defense. Lopez definitely would have helped next to Ingram and Lonzo, but he is benefiting from having a smart coach and playing with people that can capably defend. So losing him after not getting Randle back was a C- in my opinion, and seeing how he's playing now, you gotta drop that down to a D. So quickly after LeBron signed, the Lakers got Rajon Rondo on a 1-year, $9 million deal. At the time, I wasn't really too sure if he was going to start, but they needed depth as Lonzo was the only point guard on the roster, and he's been rehabbing an injury. Now, Rondo has been a good leader in the locker room, but he just can't be effective in big minutes during the regular season because his weaknesses on defense get attacked, and at a certain point, he becomes redundant when you have LeBron, who's just better at the things he does well. Plus, you don't get playoff Rondo until April. You're going to have to deal with the games where he doesn't make a positive contribution. He's been injured this year, but he's been kind of a plus on the court, so I'll give the Rondo signing a B- for the summer and a C in the present. The Lakers also brought back Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for 1 year, $12 million, which wasn't a surprise because he's with Clutch Sports Agency. He is definitely slightly overpaid, but again, KCP is somebody you want on your team when you have multiple players that like having the ball. You never know what you're going to get with KCP though. He has games where he understands his role as a shooter and plays airtight defense, but he also has games where you remember he's going to be a free agent this summer, so he tries to play like Devin Booker on offense, and it gets pretty depressing to watch. This is a tough grade because he's such a wild card every night, but at the same time, this is the type of player you have to sign next to LeBron, so I'll give it a C over the summer and a C- in the present. The Lakers also got JaVale McGee on a veteran's minimum deal, which is a good signing. He had a really effective first 2 months of the year. He was top 3 in field goal percentage at one point. He was leading the league in blocks per game and looked like he was going to get a decent contract in the 2019 summer. But JaVale has regressed back to what he usually is. Ever since he was hospitalized with pneumonia in December, he has fallen off a cliff on defense. Whenever the other team runs a pick and roll at JaVale, you can guarantee a foul is coming or someone is getting an open shot. I'll give it a C+ for over the summer. Because they needed depth at center, but I'll have to drop it to a C or a C-. He had a good start, but the last 2 months have been bad, and unfortunately he's their best option at center for the rest of the year. So when the Lakers signed Lance Stephenson, I was like, what's going on here? I understand in theory how this could work, but you need guys that know their role, shoot threes, play defense, and not randomly go on an over-dribbling spree. My other issue with the Lance signing is that, who were the Lakers bidding against for him? Which other team was like, we have to sign Lance Stephenson to a $4.5 million deal over 1 year? The Indiana Pacers, the only team Lance has ever played well for in his career, declined his team option. Lance has had some hot shooting games, but his defense has been less than optimal, to be nice about it. Those minutes with JaVale, Rondo, and Stephenson have been awful, and part of the reason why the Lakers bench have given up so many points lately. I give this one a C- for the summer and a D in the present. The last signing the Lakers made in free agency was Michael Beasley, and the problem I have with the Beasley signing is the same one I have with Stephenson. Who were the Lakers bidding with for Michael Beasley? He got signed for $3.5 million over 1 year. You signed a guy for more than the veteran's minimum that sat the bench outside of like 8 games and was traded at the deadline. He's just another guy that needs the ball in the bench lineup, and that's when Rondo and Stephenson are on the floor. It didn't make much sense, so I'll give it a C- for over the summer and a D for now. So moving on to the actual regular season, the Lakers signed Tyson Chandler after the Suns agreed to buy out his contract. He had a great spark in November and December. He was bouncier than usual, made huge plays that got them wins, and the Lakers at one point were statistically better with him on the floor on defense. Just like JaVale, Tyson has regressed since then, and we're seeing a 36-year-old fossil that is struggling on defense and can't do anything on offense other than catch uncontested alley-oops and set screens. Check this out, this is pretty sad. The Lakers went from having Zubats, Julius Randle, Brook Lopez, and Thomas Bryant to now Mike Muscala, JaVale McGee, and Tyson Chandler as their front court. If the Lakers somehow make the playoffs, those three are getting cooked by Golden State when they're actually trying. It's going to get ugly. At the time, Tyson was doing well, so I'll give it a B grade, but now I got to drop it to a C-. One of the last moves the Lakers made was trading away Ivica Zubats and Michael Beasley to the Clippers for Mike Muscala. This is definitely a D. Zubats is needed right now because the Lakers' front court is pretty rough. Mike Muscala is a stretch big that can't stretch the floor reliably. He doesn't even have the bronze catch and shoot badge. He can make threes here and there, but no one in the league respects his shot enough to where they gotta say, oh crap, I gotta get out and contest. He can't really set good screens, so I just didn't understand this move. It seems like the Lakers front office is trying to make up for their mistakes over the summer by not getting more shooting, which is why you saw them go get Reggie Bullock, which was a great trade. Reggie is going to be big for them down the stretch. He is a smart offensive player that will make open shots, and you can run dribble handoffs with him. He knows his role. That's a guy you need when you have LeBron, Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram. The Bullock trade was a B+ grade to me. So, who is the source to all of the Lakers' problems? It's complicated, but you have to start with the top, and that's Jeanie Buss, Magic Johnson, and Rob Pelinka. The Lakers had all this cap space, and Jeanie handed over the keys to two people with no front office experience, and what you've seen since they signed LeBron is amateur front office work. Now, to be fair, there is no question that the Lakers season was derailed by injuries. Lonzo Ball hurt his ankle against the Rockets, LeBron hurt his groin on Christmas, and Rondo has had 2 surgeries this season on his hand. If they had a relatively healthy season, they probably are the 6 to 8 seed right now, instead of fighting to get into those seeds. If you were smart enough, you could anticipate the Lakers having too much faith in their non-LeBron signings, and it not working out. But one thing to ask is, could listening make you an even smarter basketball fan? The answer is definitely yes when you're listening to Audible. Audible has an unbeatable selection of audiobooks about the NBA and the historical significance of other basketball eras, like Michael Jordan's run in the 90s, and how Kevin Garnett's decision to go to the NBA from high school changed the way 17-year-olds looked at their pro careers. A book that I finished this year is Basketball, A Love Story by Jackie McMullen, which is a deep history dive of the important NBA eras that led to what it is today. You get on-the-record quotes from players during Bill Russell's title run in the 60s to LeBron James and the small ball era he helped create. If you want to read this book and other titles, you want to do it through Audible. When you sign up, Audible offers you 3 titles each month. For a 30-day free trial and 1 free audiobook, go to the link in the description, audible.com/Caine. That's audible.com/Caine. That's AUDIBLE/CAINE, or text Caine to 500 500. Thank you to Audible for sponsoring this video, and appreciate you guys for making it to the end. I'll see you soon.